Welcome, Capricorn. This is your monthly focus for July 2016. My name is Tilly, and this is Tarot with Tilly. And before we begin, thank you. Thank you so much for your positive, loving, supportive energy that you send my way each and every day. I send it right back to you. You guys rock. Thank you so, so much, truly. Now, these readings are taking a long time. And they're taking a long time because yesterday morning I was meditating and I saw a new layout for the monthlies, and I decided, okay, well, let's try it. And I'm liking it. It gives you a lot of information. I love the layout, but it is taking more time to get these out than I anticipated. So I apologize. They're probably not going to hit until the 1st of July. That being said, so I'll give you a quick layout of how I have the cards, just so that you have a visual kind of in your head of how to walk through it. And it made a lot of sense. The minute I laid the cards down for the first time, it made a lot of sense, because when we have a month, okay, we have the sun in one sign. It's been halfway through that sign. It's the second half of that sign. And then mid-month, we switch to a new sign. So our sun moves, and so does our energy, right? So does the things that we are trying to accomplish, the things that we are doing, where we are putting our focus. So it makes a lot of sense. So I've already named the two cards on the outside as our sun cards. And for you, we go into the month with the Page of Pentacles, and we go out of the month with the Eight of Pentacles. So the Page of Pentacles is more about looking at what we want to manifest, the new paths that can be opened up to us, the things that we want to accomplish, the things we want to do. What's it going to take? What's the courage that needs to be there? What's the determination that needs to be there? What do I need to sacrifice in order to go forward in this path? The Eight of Pentacles is the hard work. So somewhere throughout the month, we kind of switch gears and we go from the dreaming stage to the doing stage. Now, I have it laid out in 3 rows. So the beginning of the month, the middle of the month, the end of the month, and then we have 5 columns. So we've got a general focus for each part of the month. Then we have our love and relationships, work, career, finances, our spirituality, and our health and well-being. So let's start with the Page of Pentacles, okay? We just briefly touched on it, but this is where we hold this pentacle like it is a crystal ball. We are looking forward into the new path that we want to create for ourselves, into the new energy that we want to walk into. Okay, it's all about new paths forward, whether or not it is love or career or our spirituality or our health and well-being. We are looking at how to create new paths in our life, new ways forward in our life. And we are also weighing out what it's going to take, what type of energy it's going to take in order to really have these dreams come into being tangible, being something that's doable. Now, do we have transformation cards? We do have a transformation, well, we have 2 transformation cards actually in our spirituality. So that'll be very interesting to talk about as our spirituality this month, because we have 2 transformation cards. Bad energy, negative energy, I would have to say, hands down, we have the 3 of Swords in our health and well-being. So we'll see how that one plays out, if it's actual negative energy. First glance, it looks negative, but that doesn't mean it is negative. So let's start at the beginning, okay? So the first part of the month, our general focus is the 9 of Pentacles, which goes very well with the Page of Pentacles, doesn't it? Our new day dawning, what we want to create, what we want to manifest. This is embracing our talents, our gifts. It's knowing that we can step into new beginnings. It's knowing that we can step into new energy because we have the wisdom in order to go forward. This tells me that you are very spiritually connected, and there is a lot in our spirituality here. So this is a month to really pay attention to your spirituality. This is a month where you need to pray. You need to meditate. You need to get out in nature. You need to ground yourself. You need to center yourself. You need to have those conversations with God, your angels, your spirit guides, the universe, to understand how to open up those new doors, to walk upon those new paths. Now, middle of the month, we have the Four of Wands, so a little bit of security comes in. So we're already starting to move forward. We are building our security here. We could be negotiating. Okay, this is the marriage and proposal card, but you know, not everyone's going to get married, right? Not everybody's going to get proposed to. In a general reading, I would have to look at this more at making the right connections in order to walk our path. So this could be career, where we get that job, or we set our sights on a goal, whether it's a promotion or a raise or a new job or starting a home business or bringing money in through different means. As we go towards the end of the month, we have the Five of Wands, so it is about people in our life. People in our life, you know, new opportunities could come to us through group involvement, getting out there, socializing with intent, shaking the right hands, having the right conversations, overhearing conversations. It could be, too, that you need to get out. You need to enjoy being around people. I think the more people in your path towards the end of the month helps you in just about every way. Okay? For love relationships, we start with the Six of Cups. So first of all, you got to love yourself. That's first and foremost with this card. But also with this card, it's making you reminiscent. It's making you think about a time past. Now, it could be that you need this wisdom in order to go forward, in order to make the right judgment calls in a relationship or going into a relationship or what you want in a relationship. This could be letting loose of some old baggage that weighs you down, that doesn't allow you to open up in a certain way or be a certain person within the relationship, one that you would truly want to be, but you can't. Something holds you back. There's a roadblock in place. This is the opportunity to see what is holding you back, why it's holding you back. Maybe you can't state something the way you want. Maybe you can't show your affection or love in a way you want. Maybe you can't walk into a relationship because something's holding you back, some kind of energy, some kind of low vibration. And it's getting rid of that low vibration so that you can feel the love, embrace the love. Middle of the month, we have the Seven of Wands, so this is where you're making some strong declarations. So if you use that energy right in the first part of the month, come mid-month, you are making a strong declaration of how you want to go forward when it comes to love, when it comes to relationship. You may be stating that it needs to be a certain way within the home environment, within your relationship. You may need to set new boundaries. You may need to wash away old boundaries. You could be very spontaneous in stepping out into new types of love. It could be, especially if you're single, a whole different walk of life could actually open up to you through love. You want something more than what you already have. Or you're demanding something more than you already have. And you're being vocal about this. So expect the conversations to be about what you need within the relationship and how you expect to see that within the relationship going forward. And if you're not in a relationship, then you are looking at how you personally feel about having a relationship in your life. Maybe you are working all the time and therefore there is no time for a relationship. This is where you put your foot down and you say, you know what, I'm going to start to free up my nights so I can get out there with my friends and socialize and meet somebody. So, I mean, it could be as simple as that. Towards the end of the month, though, we have the Lovers. So this is where we are growing our love deeper, stronger, taking it to the next level, embracing each other, feeling the love. So if we use this energy properly, and we're not trying to push this energy to the beginning of the month, it could be a very successful month for love, because we need to have some conversations, but before we have the conversations, we need to do some soul searching about what we truly want to manifest within a relationship. And then we have the conversations around it, and then we feel stronger within the relationship. Absolutely. For work, career, finances, we have the Queen of Swords. Now, the Queen of Swords is very much about protecting your dreams, your desires. So you may not be seeing at the beginning of the month how everything is supposed to go together, how you were supposed to walk that path, how things are going to manifest in your path forward. Maybe you are seeing the exact opposite. Maybe you feel like you are hitting roadblocks. This is a card that says just persevere. Just keep doing what you're doing. Just keep going forward. Hold on to those dreams. Hold on to those hopes, those visions of what you have for your life when it comes to your finances, when it comes to what you want to do, where you want to use your creativity, where you want to use your talents, your gifts, your abilities. Okay, just keep doing what you're doing. Okay, trust me, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. The middle of the month, we have the Ace of Cups, and this opens up new opportunities to us, embracing new ideas, new passions, new dreams, new ways of doing things. This could just be where we start to feel more confident that we've got this, that we can move forward. We could have the epiphany, the aha moment, where we know what we need to do in order to move forward. Maybe it is going for a new job. Maybe it's going for that promotion. Maybe it's starting your own business. Maybe it is investing money in a different way or in a new way. So this brings in new possibilities. Okay, but it also closely aligns with your passions, what you're already good at, what you can do so well. And then as we go towards the end of the month, we have the Eight of Wands. So this is where opportunities start to come in, and that's why I thought, the people that surround you might be the opportunities. It might be the handshakes. It might be the conversations you have that open up doors for you that weren't available to you before now. So as the month progresses, now the opportunities come in at the end of the month for you to really go forward. So even more so, you have to be determined that you have to just keep doing what you're doing. Keep moving forward at your own pace. Don't try and push too hard, because middle of the month, something new or different, or it's going to come in, and it's going to open up the doors of opportunity for you. Now, with this card, we don't want to be projecting ourselves too far forward in the future, because we want to stay in the now. We don't want to miss the opportunities because it doesn't fit into our overall plan. It doesn't look like it fits into the end result. Okay, this is where we really have to stay in the moment. We have to investigate those opportunities that are presented to us, and some of them may look like they don't really have a lot of potential, but once you really look at them, you see where the potential lies within the opportunities. Now, for our spirituality, which is probably the most exciting part of your whole reading here, we start with the Tower. This could be very much where you start to realize where there was a lot of negativity within your spirituality, a lot of disbelief in yourself. Could be where depression has set in your life, and you don't feel like you can accomplish, you don't feel like you can do. Okay, your spirituality is going to ground you. So it is very important to pray. It is very important to meditate. It is very important to be alone with your thoughts, to unplug when necessary and recharge your batteries. This can also be where something happens in your life that really transforms your way of thinking with your spirituality. really opens up a door. This could be that miracle happening, and you see it. Now, whether or not you want to believe it, that's a whole other ball game here, but it does give you the opportunity to see. Now, we do have the Nine of Pentacles as our overall energy, which is our new day dawning. So the chances are whatever happens puts you into a new frame of mind, a new way of doing, a new way of becoming, a new way of believing in yourself. It might release some old baggage, and it might be that you don't want to release that old baggage, but the baggage will go. Okay, with this card, the baggage will go. Whether or not you want to hold on to it or not, it doesn't really matter. God, your angels, your spirit guides, the universe is going to take matters in their own hand and move you forward, allow you to see the potential of who you are. Now, we have the Page of Swords here, and the Page of Swords is the knee-jerk reaction. Okay, she's a little bit of spontaneity. Yeah, I don't really see anything too much that says that you should ignore this energy. That maybe if you get a call to say, hey, I'm going to this yoga class, or I'm going to sign up for the seminar on tarot readings, or how to do astrology, or maybe a Reiki, I've got a voucher for a Reiki setting or something. Do you want to go? Say yes. Go. You read something in the paper and, oh my gosh, that happens in 3 hours from now. Oh, I'm too tired. Don't you dare say you're too tired. Go. See what the opportunity opens you up to. See what the opportunity brings you. If you're feeling very spontaneous about doing something for the joy of doing it, for treating yourself in some special way, for taking some downtime that you weren't expecting, take it here. Okay? Now, we don't want to do anything that is going to harm us. We want to use good judgment at all times. I always worry a little bit when the knee-jerk energy comes out, because she's a young energy. She just wants to get things moving forward. So sometimes she doesn't think things through as well as she should. But here, I think that you should take a chance, especially when it comes to spirituality, from getting those last-minute invites to something that is connected to spirituality in some way. Go for it. Do it. If you feel like you should, the opportunity arises, even if you feel like you don't want to. I think you should dabble. I think you should go. I think that you should open your mind to new possibilities, new ways of doing, new ways of being when it comes to your spirituality. And then as we go out of the month, towards the end of the month, we have the Devil. Okay, and this is the phoenix rising out of the ashes. This is where a lot of the old negative burns away. This is where the true you starts to emerge. The more you give to your spirituality this month, the more grounded you will feel, the more secure you will feel, the more your self-confidence will raise, the more the opportunities will arise in your life or arise in your life. This is the phoenix rising out of the ashes. This is you starting to emerge, starting to step out onto your path, starting to do, starting to see the possibilities of tomorrow. For health and well-being, we've got the Moon, we've got the Two of Swords, and then we have the Three of Swords. So the Moon is very much, and this is the first part of the month, once again, the Moon is very much about going inside, finding the balance within, doing a little bit of soul searching, understanding, where your priorities lie when it comes to you, your balance, your dreams, your desires, and feeling the balance, okay? If you're doing for everybody else, you're not going to feel this balance. If you are living somebody else's dream, you're not going to feel the balance. If you are doing things to make other people happy in your world and putting you in last place, you're not going to feel this balance. So you really need to put yourself as the priority here. This is very much about meditation. This is very much about prayer. This is very much about connecting with your inner you. and really understanding what you need. You know, relationships is very much where this could come into play. Understanding your true needs, your true wants, your true desires. I took a trip several years back. I jumped into my vehicle and I drove east as far as I could, and it was a 24-hour drive. I did take breaks in between, all by myself. And so it was the first time, because I've been a single mom all my life with 3 children and 2 of them with autism, and an ex-husband who wouldn't even come to get the kids. So never a break. So, and I worked full time. So I never got any kind of vacation, any kind of break in my life. And I was always doing for everybody else in order to keep the world rotating at the right way, going forward in the right way, making sure, you know, the lunches were packed, the clothes were laid out. I was, you know, going to the school meetings, I was going to the doctor's appointments, I was going to work. And so, you know, life just kept going, right? And there wasn't any time for me. And so I went on this drive for 2 weeks. I drove out, and then I stayed there for a couple weeks and I drove back. And you know, it took me almost to the second week before I started to feel comfortable with, like, I'd turn on the radio and I'd go, oh, there's no kids in the car. I don't have to play this radio station. And it was like, what do I want to listen to? There's nobody else here to please right now. What do I want to listen to? And when I got there, what do I want to do? Oh, the kids would love doing this, but it's me. What do I want to do? What would bring me joy? What would bring me happiness? And it really took me an entire week to totally unplug from doing everything for everybody else and realizing that I was important too. And finding my passion and finding the things that I loved and finding, you know, the food that I wanted to eat, the drinks I wanted to drink, the music I wanted to listen to, the sights I wanted to see. And I'm not saying that you need a 2-week vacation from everybody, but you really need to at least take some time out to go inside yourself and really truly understand what brings you passion, what brings you happiness, what brings you joy. We're talking about your health and well-being. And many times, you know, last rites was a common event in my life when I was raising my kids and going full steam, because I didn't stop. I stopped when my body said, forget it, no more. And I'd end up, you know, in emergency surgery unconscious, and they were opening me up and removing body parts and realigning things inside of me to keep me going, because I was just going strong all the time. And so, of course, your health, I was never taking the time to make me happy, to tap into what gave me passion and joy. And it took me a long process to realize that I needed to take time for myself. And then finally, you know, quite a few years ago now, I took that time for myself. And that really opened up doors for me. So what are you doing for you? What brings you happiness? What brings you joy? You need to experience that for yourself in your life. Middle of the month, we have the Two of Swords. And this is decision-making time. And you're not going to be able to make this decision by listening to somebody else's advice or what you see or what you hear. This is an internal decision. This is a decision that you make based on your intuition, based on your higher wisdom, based on, you know, when you start to think about, well, if I make this decision, how does it make me feel? Am I getting anxious? Am I getting stressed out? Am I happy? Am I smiling? How does it make me feel? What is the right decisions in my life? And this is very much to do with your health and well-being. So what decisions are you making in your life for you. And it's important that you take this time, because the last card, the final card in here, is the Three of Swords. If you don't take the time for you this month, I'm worried for you. I will be honest, I'm worried for you, with this card being the final energy for the month. Because it could knock your feet out from underneath you. Okay, if we don't have another way to release stress, we're not making ourselves happy, we're doing for everybody else, we're not giving ourselves the luxury of a good diet, a good exercise program, good sleep patterns, or just taking time out for joys in our life, frivolous joys, yes, I know. You need to. It's important. Now, the flip side of this, okay, is I see the sky breaking open here. I see you rejuvenating yourself here. If you use this energy wisely, if you start making decisions for your own benefit, for your health, for your well-being. So you have to put yourself at number one this month. It's important, because you don't want to, stress can cause a lot of things in your life, okay? My body has told me enough times, okay, you're out of the game then. You won't listen to us, so you're out of the game, is what I heard. And I found all of a sudden, as I was recovering from surgeries and I was down and out for 8 weeks, everything worked. Everybody was still taken care of. All of a sudden, I had a support team there. All of a sudden, people could do things for me that I wouldn't ask normally for them to do for me, but I couldn't do it, so I had to ask. It forced me into position. I got the rest I needed. And now I've learned to be a little selfish for me. And it's worked. And you need to be a little selfish for you, because it will work. And so this could either be a great healing card for you, or it could be one that says enough's enough. If you're not going to pay attention to yourself, we're going to make you pay attention to yourself. So be careful of this energy for health and well-being. Okay? Take the time. Take the time to meditate, to pray, to ask yourself what is important to you. What brings you happiness? What brings you joy? Did you like painting at one time and now you don't paint anymore because there's just too many other things in your life, priorities that need to be done, responsibilities, obligations? You need to pick up those paintbrushes again. Or maybe it was playing an instrument. Maybe it was just dancing while you did the dishes. I don't know. You know. What were those childhood joys? Where did they go? They're still inside of you. That little girl or that little boy is still inside of you, wanting the experience, wanting the laughter, wanting the happiness, wanting the joy. So tap into that inner you, that inner child, and allow yourself to celebrate who you are and the now. It's important. As we go out of the month, so middle of the month, going out of the month and into next month, we have the Eight of Pentacles as our other Sun card. And this is hard work. So where we started the month just hoping for that path to emerge, hoping for things to start coming about, now we see where we can actually go forward. And we are ready for the hard work. And in fact, we're going to give it our best. We're feeling capable. We're feeling like we can do it. We're feeling strong. We're feeling empowered. And until we meet again, remember, I do love you.